Hunt for the prize, week 6. Back with my boy Hoodie Hunt, as always, man. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, man. I'm ready for this week. I really like the slate this week. It we're kind of getting a sense of who these teams really are, and it's making things a lot easier.
Most definitely. I won pretty much Monday and Thursday night prime time. I got some wins that way. Um, would have won more, but you know how it goes. You got boldness taking touchdowns away, but Bill Belichick doesn't care about fantasy football.
Yeah, Tom Brady rushing in for 2 touchdowns. He has more rushing touchdowns than Marlon Mack. So,
that's that's fantasy football for you, man.
yep. All right, so right into the injury report for the week or Thursday night football recap. So, what did you see anything in that game? Golden Tate still a beast. He we were inches away from making a good defensive play on his touchdown. Danny Dimes throwing 3 interceptions. How are you still high on Danny Dimes?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's no Sterling Shepard, there's no Evan Ingram, no Saquon Barkley, no, and not even Wayne Gallman. So you're out 4 starters. Tate just got back in this, into the offense. So it's kind of like you got Slayton out there as rookie, Latimer. These guys are not against the Patriots. When you got Gilmore and McCourty, that's not ideal. But I mean, you saw good flashes of things like that. But like I said, everybody knew that it wasn't going to be the Patriots. So I mean, it's kind of a given. But he did give me some. He did help me win some money. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, Golden Tate was definitely the only bright side of
Oh,
this
definitely.
whole game. And the Giants defense, honestly, their pass rush and their run defense did not look bad. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, now into the injury report. So Aaron Rodgers, he has a knee injury. He was limited. He should be good to go. Mason Rudolph is out, so Delvin Hodges is playing. Kamara it was limited, but he did not practice Friday with an ankle injury. That's supposed to be precautionary. David Johnson is likely to play. Julio's been limited all week, but he usually plays through injuries. Devonte Adams, with his turf toe injury, we really do not know when he'll be back, but he has not practiced all week. Hopefully, he should be able to get better soon. And then Tyreek Hill, he has his shoulder injury. He's considered a game time decision. Sammy Watkins and Todd Gurley, they're both doubtful this week. I doubt either of them play. Um, and then Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, he hasn't practiced all week, so he's questionable right now, but it's possible he may play. Christian Kirk is a game time decision for the Arizona Cardinals. Uh, George Kittle was a late add to the injury report. Did not practice Friday with a groin injury. Kenny Stills is a game time decision. If he does play, how do you feel about Will Fuller after that? And then Demir Bird for the Arizona Cardinals as well has been limited. He should be back. James Washington and Jalen Samuels are both out for the Pittsburgh Steelers as well. And then Hunter Henry is actually questionable. He practiced full on Friday. Chris Herndon is doubtful, and then Hawkinson is questionable, but he had a full practice on Friday as well.
First of all, let's talk about Chris Herndon. Dude got hurt by himself.
Yeah, I mean he didn't. You see that all the time at the beginning of the year and
Yeah,
during preseason and everything like that. When people just get on the field, they just pull something because their body's not used to it at the moment.
yeah.
That's most likely time for injury.
What hurt me the most was I picked him up in the league, ready to play him because
Me too.
I had somebody on the buy, but I had to drop him again because he ain't playing.
All right, so yeah, the first game is at 9:30 in the morning. You
Hey, that's
are you
football all day. I'm excited. I'm starting
you
on the first
you
half.
wake it. All right, so you waking up to watch this game?
Oh, definitely, because I got a lot of stake in these teams. McCaffrey, you got my boy Godwin, um, Evans, OJ Howard, Rojo. You want to see all these guys, man? It should be a good game, especially for fantasy, man. 9:30 in the morning. I'm so excited.
Yeah, over under 47.5, pretty high total. 2.5 to the Carolina Panthers. When these teams played not too long ago in week 2, and we saw Christian McCaffrey did had his worst fantasy week of the year, and he's been unstoppable otherwise. Um, how did but I want to focus how these teams have changed since week 2. So there's no Cam Newton, and that's pretty much it. Um, Kyle Allen is better than Cam Newton. So
Hot take right there. But no, it's gonna be different because the last time they played each other, it was on a very short week after Jameis Winston, had one of the worst games. He 2 pick sixes against the 49ers. He had a quick turnaround to go and throw it off, but now he's been solid ever since. And you got Godwin has emerged. Evans has been up and down, but the run game has come alive. They realize that Rojo should be the lead back. I think that's going forward. And the Panthers, like you said, without Cam Newton are 3-0, and with Christian McCaffrey now with Kyle Allen, I think he's going to have a better game than he did last time. And we got DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel has been more effective with Kyle Allen. So it's going to be a good one. And I'm kind of glad that Cam not playing this time because that held the Panthers offense back in that game. So, but going forward, this game I got Christian McCaffrey still as a lock. I mean, you just can't be cute and say, well, he didn't do nothing last time. But hey, this is a new offense. I mean, got more film on him. Like you can understand what Tampa Bay trying to do this time. So, I still got Christian McCaffrey as a lock, and honestly, I got my boy Godwin as a lock as well.
yeah, I like you said before, I really like this game for fantasy. I feel like this is going to be a crazy early morning game. I can definitely see a scenario where both Winston and Kyle Allen both pass 40 plus times in this game, and maybe we may finally see the week where Godwin and Evans are both fantasy relevant in the same week. Well, besides like that's not touchdown dependent. Like both of them have like a good yardage game, and also Brashard Perriman is out, so they're look out for Bobo Wilson because I do not like OJ Howard.
Man, OJ Howard's been very disappointing this year. Like he's supposed to get all of the targets besides Godwin and Evans. They only have 2 options besides those 2 guys. So I'm very disappointed in OJ Howard so far this season.
Yeah, and I like you said, I definitely have Christian McCaffrey as a lock. I definitely think he has more of a good passing game. He may catch 10 passes this game easily, and I also have DJ Moore as a lock. I feel like he's going to shred this Tampa Bay secondary. And as long as the line holds up for the Panthers, this could definitely be a shootout.
And on the other side, Tampa Bay needs to be able to be balanced this game because Brian Burns, the rookie from Carolina Panthers, has been playing amazing, and that pass rush from Panthers has been like relentless all season long. So if Tampa Bay they don't want Winston to be on his butt and panicking because when he panics, bad stuff happens. So they need to run the ball. Rojo should be a good play in my opinion if they stick with him because I think Kawan Short is out, so the Panthers' run defense hasn't been that great without him. So Rojo should find a way to be balanced, and if they are balanced, there's no way that Godwin and Evans can be stopped. But you got James Bradbury playing good so far this season, and he's against the more receiver. And so far, teams has been saying, "Hey, we're gonna let Godwin beat us," and he's been beating them. So I guess they're gonna keep the same formula and try to lock up Evans, but Godwin probably more the fantasy guy to go to, but you can never count out Mike Evans.
Yeah, I completely agree. And one last thing about Rojo that is definitely a caveat for me when that I it's just a fear when I play him is Bruce Arians always said he's going to play the hot hand. So if Barber goes out there and is the hot hand, then they're going to stick with him that game, and there's just nothing you can do about that.
That's fair enough.
All right, so the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens, over under 48, line minus 11 to Baltimore. Um, I feel like is this going to be a repeat of Week 1 fantasy wise for Lamar Jackson, where he just has a crazy game? I know there's no Marquise Brown there, but I feel like I don't have faith in this Bengals line, and I don't have faith in their defense to be able to stop the Ravens at all.
Yeah, I think this line is a little bit too high. Um, as bad as the Bengals been playing, the Baltimore Ravens hasn't been. They've been going down ever since Week 1. So as far as like what's the word I'm looking for? As far as like game flow in this game, you should rely on Lamar Jackson because Cincinnati can't stop anything. But Cincinnati should have they should be okay as well because they got their left guard back, Billy Price. He's come back off an injury. The Ravens are missing Tony Jefferson now and Jamie Smith, two guys in the secondary. So Dalton should look better with Boyd and Auden Tate and mixing all them guys. They should have a better outing, and you would expect the Baltimore defense, who hasn't played that great yet, to give up points. And I feel like that's why the over under is pretty high because they think the Bengals can put up points, and I'm right there with them.
Yeah, and I felt like with those injuries in the secondary, they may commit more to like going back to that secondary, trying not to get beat deep. So I really have Joe Mixon as a floor play this week. I honestly like Joe Mixon a lot this
Yeah, I do too. I got him as a floor, and I got the other running back, Ingram, as a floor for the Ravens, just because of the game flow, the script. But as far as I know you love your boy Andrews, but they haven't really. Like the offense really hasn't been clicking like it should have been. Since its big outing against Miami and stuff like that. But you would think this would be the bounce back game, and I mean all signs pointing to the Ravens, putting up 30 plus at least. So, and Mark Andrews will be a big part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gotten at least 7 targets in at least every game. He averages around 7 to 8. Um, and if he just has that game where he catches 7 of 8 or 8 of 8, he can have a big 2 touchdown, 100-yard game, no problem. But it's just you're banking on that. He usually catches probably about 5 passes. But if he has that more upside game, he's I don't know. I like him this week. He's my tight end.
Do you think Baltimore covered this 11 and a half, 11 points?
No, I don't think so. I feel like the Bengals are going to get like garbage buckets. That's why I think Tyler Boyd definitely has a floor, but I just don't see the upside of Tyler Boyd this week.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Baltimore struggled last week with Devin Hodges, so I mean, Dalton. I would expect that and Dalton is better than him, but you know,
All right, and then yeah, the Seattle Seahawks at the Cleveland Browns over under 46.5, 1.5 points to the Seahawks. Seahawks cover for me in this game. I feel like they're just going to run the ball down Cleveland's throat, and they're going to be able to make plays in the passing game. I like Will Disley a lot this week too, but Andrew's just a little bit more of a ceiling for me.
yeah, locks. Obviously, Russ and Carson are the locks for this one. Lockett is my floor play just because you know Brown secondary has been injured, and I don't know if Denzel Ward is playing in this game or not. But if he is, you expect him or maybe the rookie from LSU can guard him or whatever. But um, I don't know what to do with Baker and the receivers. You would think this would be a good play for them because the Seattle secondary hasn't, they allow a lot of yards and starting off since week one. So I don't know, man. I never know what I'm going to get from this passing game. And you got guys like Jadeveon Clowney can wreck a game instantly. Like if he can get back there quickly, Baker's already seeing ghosts. So I'm kind of scared to go OBJ and Landry. And I heard a lot of people talking this like fantasy wise and saying like, would you rather have OBJ or Godwin? And I was like, I mean, Godwin is really no contest. You can't just go off the name. You have to go off what you see. And based off the offensive line, based off the pressure that Baker Mayfield was getting, guys like OBJ and Landry are taking a step back. And that's why, in this game, even if Seattle, even if Cleveland hang around, if Chubb can't get going, I don't see I don't see this passing game going anywhere.
See, and that's why I feel like this. I don't know if it's going to be a big day for OBJ, but I feel like he's definitely going to get the volume to be at least. I have him as a lock, just feel like because I feel like he just catches 1 touchdown this game, and I feel like Chubb is definitely going to be able to establish the run this game for them, and if that can ease the pressure off of Baker Mayfield, then they have a chance to win this game. But I just don't. I can't trust Baker Mayfield right now. But I can trust the talent in OBJ. I don't know. I just like OBJ this week, but I can't
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't go Mayfield.
I'll say this. So far, you've seen when Browns look the best is when Chubb couldn't be stopped. So that's the success for the Browns. So if they can't get him going, I'm not worried about Baker. I'm not worried about OBJ or Landry. It just just how it
Yeah.
is.
And I don't think the Seahawks are going to be able to stop Chubb, so that's definitely going to be their focus this game. I definitely like Chubb a lot this week as well. I like both running backs from this game as well as Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's looking unstoppable. But I like OBJ too, just because I feel like he's gonna get the volume. If he catches like 6 passes, he definitely is going to pay for his price on DraftKings.
All right.
All right, so then next game, whew,
This the one right here.
this the one.
This the
All
one.
right, all right.
This the one.
I have a hot take later in the other one people are looking at this week, but the Houston Texans at the Kansas City Chiefs over under 55, 4.5 to Kansas City. Um, this game is going to be ridiculous. Do you go back to Will Fuller?
And that's the thing. You know you're not going to get what you got last week. You don't go out there and try to chase points because it's not going to happen. But definitely without Kenny Stills, he's the only deep threat they have. So I mean, going with Fuller would not be a bad play. Kansas City can't do anything. I mean, defensively, they're not going to be able to stop him. But to me, I'm more leaning on D Hop this game. D Hop has been just solid so far since week one. And I feel like, most coaches always try to get their stars involved. And you can always predict the game. And this is the game to get him right and get him more involved. But, and all that going to be set up based on Carlos Hyde, who's going to destroy the Chiefs. I got him as a lock this week because Kansas City they can't stop anything as far as the run game. Marlon Mack went crazy last week. And I feel like Carlos Hyde is probably going to have not the same kind of day because they're not going to run that much. But him and Duke Johnson, like you can trust that one of the running backs are going to go crazy. And I'm going to lean more Chubb than to keep Pat Mahomes off the field. But yeah, I love this game, man. It's going to be. I love Houston on the side. Kansas City, obviously, you love your Mahomes, your Kelce's of the world. But receiver wise, I think Tyreek Hill, as you said, was a game time decision. So, who can you trust on the Kansas City side? I don't know.
If Tyreek Hill plays, Tyreek Hill is a lot.
I can't wait for him to get back on the field actually, because you can see. I mean, obviously, Mahomes can make anybody look good, but it's hard to make guys like Pringle and Demarcus Robinson and Miko look like they're stars when they're not. So getting Tyreek Hill back for this game, if he does play, is going to be tremendous. And honestly, it might even help the run game that's non-existent for the Kansas City Chiefs because he get the little sweeps and stuff like that. He played running back in college as well. So I think if Tyreek Hill plays in this game is going to be even more crazy than it's already projected to be.
Yeah, absolutely. If Tyreek Hill doesn't play, Sammy Watkins is out as well. So I guess you got to look out for your Demarcus Robinsons and Byron Pringles of the world. And if that does happen, I definitely feel like Mahomes is going to lean on Kelsey a lot. I have Kelsey as a lock this week. Even if Hill plays, I feel like Kelsey still probably is the number one pass catcher in this offense this week. And I like D Hop a lot. I really don't want to go anyone else. I like Damian Williams a lot because they are going to pass the ball a lot. He is going to catch the ball out the backfield. And then yeah, Carlos Hyde is a lock. I really hope he gets into the end zone this week. I definitely see him as having a floor of like at least 80 rushing yards more than likely. And the one question I have about this game is like what do you think Will Fuller's going to do? So he had 14 targets last week or something crazy like that.
Yeah, 14 catches, something like that. Yeah, most he ever had. I mean, he's
Yeah,
never that guy.
and then every week before that, he's probably had like 6, 7, probably max 8 targets.
I'd say the most.
More than like 6 to 7. How many do you think he has this week?
He's going to regress back to the mean. He's going back to 6 catches for your 90 yards. Like that's what Will Fuller is. Will Fuller is a deep threat. So him getting that right there is more predicated on how bad Atlanta was than on how good Will Fuller is. That makes, what I'm saying? Like if I had to lean more side, and I think that's just a matchup. And if you're trying to stop D Hop, you leave a one-on-one coverage with Will Fuller, and you're not going to be able to stop that.
Then that's telling me you're not starting Will Fuller this week unless you think he gets a touchdown.
Yeah. I'm leaning more D Hop than I will Will Fuller.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, me too. D Hop is one of my favorite wide receivers this week. All right, New Orleans at the Jacksonville Jaguars over under 43.5, 1.5 to the home team in Jacksonville. So I know you like your boy DJ Chark, man. Uh, but he's gonna more than likely, if New Orleans is smart, he's gonna see Marshawn Lattimore this week. And Lamar Lattimore, he is a small dude, but he's definitely very shifty. If he can get to DJ Chark, which I think he definitely can limit him. I feel like one of my favorite plays at wide receiver again this week might be D.D. Westbrook.
It definitely will be. Godwin tore this slot corners up last week, and expect D.D. Westbrook to do the exact same thing. And yes, Marshall Lattimore can stop, go out there and guard DJ Chark all day long, but we gotta think this is, Mike Evans is a big body, and you're not scared to get beat deep by him, right? Chark is not like that. He runs a 4.3. He's 6'4". I mean, he's blazing speed. So if Marshawn Lattimore, if they want to put him on him, he's gonna be running all day long because that's what Chark like to do. So Marshawn Lattimore is the type of corner where he'll stop Mike Evans and he'll stop, let's just say Julio Jones, for example, and then he'll let the Charks, the Will Fullers of the world go crazy. You know what I'm saying? As an example. So I'm not really scared of Marshawn Lattimore with Chark. I mean, if you're going to put DraftKings money on him, I probably wouldn't. I will lean more not, but I like D.D. Westbrook more than I like Chark this week just because of the slot. And the Saints are, I mean, they're terrible against slot right now so far through 5 games. I actually like Jacksonville a lot in this game. One thing that last week we were talking about Tampa Bay was, can they get, they are terrible against deep passes, and the Saints exploited that. Teddy Bridgewater, they opened the playbook, he was throwing down the field, which caused Michael Thomas to go crazy. This week, I know Jalen Ramsey's still banged up, blah blah blah. They should be more focused on stopping Michael Thomas than anybody on his offense. Even Kamara as well. I think Michael Thomas, if he get going, it's hard to stop anybody else on his offense. So I would love the Jalen Ramsey to play. Maybe AJ Boye step up to the plate because he hasn't been that great this season.
He has not.
But they have to stop Michael Thomas. I think that's the way to beat the Saints against Cowboys, against the Seattle Seahawks, and against Buccaneers. That wasn't the case. So I like Jacksonville defense in this game. I think they can put pressure on Teddy Bridgewater. He's not a type of quarterback that had those 2 games back to back where he goes crazy in both of them. And somebody I'm not scared to go in this game, and I like a lot because he's very safe, is Gardner Minshew. He's been, I think, 16 points at least every single game. You can expect 200 yards, 2 touchdowns from him, and that's why I like the Jaguars in the game. I feel like their defense will be better than the Saints defense in this game, and I'm always in on Leonard Fournette every week. So
Yeah, and I definitely have Gardner Minshew as a floor play. I definitely like him a lot this week. And yeah, so Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara are both locks for me.
definitely.
Yeah, they're not going. Jacksonville is not going to be able to stop them. The Jacksonville defense, like I don't know if they have the athletes to be able to stop either of them, but they're definitely going to have to focus in. I mean, Christian McCaffrey tore them up last week, so that's making me feel more like I want Kamara just because, like the play calling for Carolina last week against that Jacksonville defense was great because Jacksonville was loading the box up against Christian McCaffrey, and but they didn't have anyone on that second level, so that's why like Christian McCaffrey just kept beating them deep, and I feel like that's right into Kamara's playbook this week. So
Right, and
I love Kamara this week.
you will hope that Jacksonville has seen that and will learn from that, right? But who knows? Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I need Jalen Ramsey to play because it is a different defense. It's a different attitude, a different, like, you feel like you can run all. You feel like, yes, Jaguars are going to keep you limited to a certain amount of points, but you're not scared of this team like you usually are because you don't have that one guy shutting down one side of the field. And if AJ Boye take a step back like he is, like now you're getting toasted all over the place. So with that being said, do you like anybody else other than Michael Thomas and Kamara?
No, not honestly, not at all. Um, No,
Now,
no,
is that more predicated on Teddy Bridgewater, or that the Saints receiver just ain't good outside of Michael Thomas?
both. So like they're the way the Saints win this game is they rely on their star players in Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara.
Right. Yeah. And this whole time they've been winning because of the defense and/or star players. At some point, it's going to run out. And I'm going Jacksonville in this game. I'm not happy about it, but playing at home two games in a row. Now I got to go outside and in the heat with Jacksonville. It could be a different ball game down there. So that's why that's really another reason why I'm taking Jacksonville. But I really hope that Jalen Ramsey play, which could limit Michael Thomas. But I don't know if he follows or not like that. But who knows? First game back.
All right, so we're getting down to your team now. So the Philadelphia Eagles at the Minnesota Vikings -3 to your Vikings over under 44. Uh I feel like you guys are going to try to run the ball against the best, like one of the most talented run defenses in the league. Most like I really like Dalvin Cook this game because I feel like you guys are going to be able to make big plays on offense with him. And I think Kirk is definitely a floor play because I feel like you guys are going to pass against this Eagles secondary.
Mhm.
But the only one I really like is Adam Thielen for this game.
Yeah, so like last week, it could be the same thing where, well, I told you, I did pick up Cousins. I did give me a fantasy win because I got Thielen with them, so they gave me like 50 combined points. Um, but you got to think, with the frustration that the Diggs showed, that you had to be multi-dimensional. You can't just be one thing all the time. Eagles are one of the best run defense in the league. I think there's like I think what the notes say they're fifth against running backs. So can they make Cook be a dud this week? I mean, maybe in the run game. I don't expect Cook to get over 100 yards in this game. But as far as receiving and stuff like that, they're going to find ways to get him the ball because he's one of our best players on the team. So, but no, I think it's gonna be the same like last week. The first two plays for the Vikings was play actions, plays, and that's gonna draw the defense in, and boom, 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 you got guys open down the field because the Eagles secondary is not good, and Kirk Cousins is one of the best players and quarterbacks in the league. So if he can rely on that, and offensive line can protect like Fletcher Cox and stuff like that. Look for the Vikings to have another similar day as they did last week. Um, I do like Diggs in this game because route running is an art, and Thielen and Diggs both have it. They're going to have plays where they get open, and it's going to be where the cousin hit him or not because Diggs was open last week, and I don't know if they were trying to keep him out to play because he was crying last week, but it was some big opportunities for him, last week, and they didn't do it. So and they threw the ball at Thielen. We'll see what happens. On the other side, how high are you on this Eagles team? Because you're talking about a defense that's seventh against quarterbacks, seventh against running backs, and 11th against tight ends. Subject to a receiver because game flow is depicted. But do you think Carson Wentz can have a good game? And Jordan Howard, to me, it's going to be. You shouldn't start Jordan Howard if you have him in the league. Minnesota's not going to let him get, go crazy enough like that. So, but do you believe in Carson Wentz?
So I honestly believe in your team a lot this week. I feel like you guys are going. So this is going to be a game of. I feel like Carson Wentz is going to have a good fantasy day. I feel like the Eagles are definitely going to lose this game. Your Vikings are going to win this game. Um, I feel like you guys are going to get up early. You're going to pound it with Cooks. He's going to be able to run it on the outside and just keep getting around the edge on this team. And Ertz isn't. I mean, Wentz isn't going to be able to do anything for the first part of the game on the other side. And then they're going to be forced to pass in the second half. And then I feel like it's just going to be Wentz to Ertz because you guys can't guard tight ends. And then I have Alshon Jeffrey as a floor play because I feel like Alshon is just one of those players against like just specifically the Vikings. He's just going to get a touchdown for no reason.
Yeah. And he might have a touchdown 30 yards, but then again, that's still good enough. And you said something that I like is why Cook will have a successful day is hitting the outside. I don't know why teams try to attack Fletcher Cox like he's some scrub or something like that. That's one of the best defensive players in the game. And if you can get to the outside, you know, the line. I'm not scared of the Eagles linebackers. Not scared of the secondary. It's gonna be a good game regardless. I do like Zach Ertz a lot. I got him as a lock. Um, you know what I'm glad about. Okay, I'm not glad about people being hurt, so that. But Deshaun Jackson makes a whole lot of difference in this game if he was in here. Without him, they're going to go two tight ends, Goddard and Ertz all day long with Jeffrey, and they're going to they're going to try to run the ball because they have to.
Yeah, so I
So
got Goddard. I got Goddard as a ceiling play this week. I usually don't include him because
right.
he's usually only there out on blocking attempts. But I feel like you guys are going to be down this game. They're going to run that two tight end set a lot, and he's going to be there on passing downs this week.
Yeah, and Minnesota has kind of like struggled this year so far. During that kind of personnel with two tight ends. So, I can see Ertz and Goddard having successful days. Now, does that lead to a good running day? For Jordan Howard or Miles Sanders, that's what we got to find out.
And it's not even specifically tight ends. Like the Vikings just literally just don't want to guard scrubs. Like if you're bad, they're not going to guard you. Like I don't understand why.
Hey, what's funny? Because it's funny. Like, they do convert a lot of like when teams convert third downs, it don't be the star. It'd be like against the Bears, Wims, who was replacing Taylor Gabriel. That one, they like who? Why is he open? They don't care about it. That's kind of crazy. Which means J. Jaw gonna have about 5 catches in this game.
Who? Which one? Who?
J. Jaw. I don't fight saying his name. JJ Whiteside.
Not saying no. Matt Collins is getting more play.
yeah, that's right. He has been dropping a lot of passes here. So
yeah. All right. So the Washington Redskins at the Miami Dolphins over under 41 minus 3.5.
When two trash teams play each other, that equals a good fantasy day. Because everything that they want, listen, everything that they want to do, they can actually do it. Like that's gonna be the beauty of this game. Where it's gonna be a poorly game to watch because they're both so bad. But Adrian Peterson is definitely a lock. He's gonna have a like.
Nope.
Think about this. When people retire, where do they go?
Home.
They go down to Miami, and they have the best time of their lives, right? Adrian Peterson is about 40 years old. He's going down there to Miami, and he's going to go crazy. He's going to have 100 yards and a touchdown. I'm believing in Adrian Peterson. AD all day is going to go off in this game.
Adrian Peterson is going to get hit once by a linebacker and then just turn into dust. I honestly feel like it's going to be the other way around. So if this game is a shootout, if Dolphins let them run this ball, that's going to open up the secondary. Like, no, if you're the Dolphins, you have to stop the run. They said they're going to get AP involved. You have to stop AP. And at his age, I haven't seen anything out of AP to make me want to start him. But what I've seen limited out of, and I feel like it's on the other side. You think AP is a lock? Kenyon Drake is a lock for me this week, and he's the starting running back there now. Kalen Ballage is sitting on the bench.
He's sorry,
and he is so sorry. And I feel like Miami might win this game. It's at their house. I think they're going to be able to run the ball all over this Redskins defense, which makes me have Terry McLaurin as a lock as well. And then I feel like this. Okay, so I feel like it's not going to be this game is not going to be a shootout. I feel like it's going to be like a good floor day for people. I don't think there's not many ceiling plays in this game besides McLaurin, Drake, and maybe Preston for me.
Yeah, I got Chris Thompson for that reason. Chris Thompson can be a floor play if you think Dolphins are going to win. I think both quarterbacks are going to have a good day. Preston Williams is going to be a good play as well. He's like leading the Dolphins in targets and all that like that. And as long as he catches the ball, he's going to make plays. But I'm all in on the Redskins because it's going to be two ways, right? When you fire your coach, you're just going to go one of two ways. You're going to rally the troops around and you're going to go ahead and put on the best performance ever, or you're going to lay an egg and get blown out. I don't think it's going to be a close game. And I think you think it's going to be the other way around. I think the Redskins are going to rally the troops and win this game because Bill Callahan is an offensive line coach. All they want to do, all offensive linemen want to do is run. They want to run the ball and want to power people. So that's what I think that they want to do. And I guess the Dolphins is something that they can do. So that's the reason why I like it because when two sorry teams get together, something got to give. When both sorry at something, something got to give. But um, I do like your pick in Terry McLaurin. They got so many nicknames for him. F1 now, and it's not scary Terry, all this other stuff. But he's going to be a good play. Case Keenum is going to have a good day against the Dolphins, and even Josh Rosen against the
Yeah.
Redskins. So it might be a sorry game to watch, but it like you said, it is going to be a game where both teams can do what they want to do. Well, I don't know. I'm going to lean the Redskins if I had to pick somebody and to cover the spread. That's just because I think Miami are trying. Miami, they're just bad on every level. It's kind of finding hard a good spot for them. At least the Washington Redskins can put pressure on the quarterback. So I'm gonna lean more Redskins than Miami. So we're gonna see what happens, but it's gonna be a bad game to watch. But you look on your fantasy teams, your DraftKings, you can find somebody with a good play there.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you can. If you have a feeling about who's going to get the touchdowns, Kenyon Drake, a lot of these players are cheap this week. You can definitely fit them into your lineup. All right, so this is the other game I was talking about. So San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams over under 50 points, minus 3.5 to the Rams. So I feel like this game is going to be like that Lions Kansas City game where the defenses are going to be the plays on both sides of the ball.
I can
Because
agree.
San Fran is without Kyle Juszczyk, one of their best blockers, and both of their tackles. So they're still going to try to run the ball, but and which is going to be effective against the Rams. It's just when I don't see how Jimmy G is going to be protected. San Fran has one of the best pass rushes in the league. I like Jared Goff is definitely like a lock for me this game. This and all the wide receivers for the Rams are locks for me this week because he's going to pass the ball 50 times again, but how many mistakes does he make? Um,
Could be
is
a lot.
we don't really know. So I feel like it's going to reach the total, but it's going to be a split between scoring between offense and defense, and it's not going to be the ceiling that you need to win money like on DraftKings.
Yeah, I'm definitely the only people I can really trust in this game is two guys, and that's Kittle and Cup. I don't trust anybody else in this game. Cooks is in concussion protocol, and he may or may not play. But I mean, yes, you could trust Woods and Cooks to a certain extent, but I got to roll like you said. The 49ers run game should take a hit. That's what we should expect to hit because no tackles, blah blah. They did look okay. I think with the game time prepared, Kyle Shanahan loves to prepare against the Rams because he kind of feels slighted that McVay got a job over him when everybody that came from McVay's tree is really from Kyle Shanahan. So he always whether it's Nick Mullins, Beathard, they always put up a good high scoring game against the Rams. Todd Gurley being banged up, so you can't really run the run game. It's kind of like you don't know which way the direction go. I think the Rams are going to win this game, and that's because I haven't seen Sean McVay lose 3 in a row before. So I'm going to lean on that, and maybe San Fran after blowing out the Browns, it just sometimes you just okay to lay one. But I think Kyle Shanahan is going to use a tight end as a fullback, not Kittle, but somebody else to help replace Cal Juszczyk, but obviously you can't because he's one of the best fullbacks in the game. So, do you think? All right, so if you had to choose one running back for the 49ers, are you leaning Coleman like I am because
Yeah,
of that? Okay,
Kevin Loman for season long over Breida and everything. He's gonna get more work, and Breida is definitely that ceiling play. Like, I mean, he Breida gets the work. He can definitely have a safe floor. It's just when you're playing Breida, you're hoping for the 30-yard play, the 40-yard play. But he's one of the fastest people in football, so he can definitely do that every single week. It's just will he?
yeah. Matt Breida's Iron Man, man. He like all last year he got hurt every single game, and he was able to get through different things like that. But yeah, I'm going to lean Cup a lot in this game. I'm trying to make trades for Cooks in different leagues. So we'll see what happens.
All right, and also, so yeah, the San Fran pass catchers, Marquise Goodwin, I mean he's always a ceiling play. Don't play Dante Pettis. Dante Pettis is blocking more than he is running routes. Don't play Dante Pettis. And yeah, Debo Samuel's that gadget play. He can definitely have a big play against this struggling Rams defense. And then yeah, so I have Malcolm Brown as a floor play against the San Fran defense because no matter what, Rams are going to have to establish the run in some way, shape, or form to open up for the pass game. Because and then yeah, the 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 running backs for San Fran are still definitely locks. I just don't know how their ceiling is going to be um without their full their full protection.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think the Rams do take it though, uh, which means can Jimmy G finally hit that have a breakout game? Because if the running game is not going to be as prevalent as it used to be, with the Rams struggling against quarterbacks all season, is just the coming out part of Jimmy G.
He just has to be protected. That's the only thing.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And
Aaron Donald.
yeah, the Atlanta Falcons at the Arizona Cardinals. Over under 40 and a half, -3 to Atlanta on the road. Um both these teams are trash. Like I
Hey,
both defenses are trash. Patrick Peterson's still not there. I feel like this is going to be a good day for Larry Fitzgerald, Julio Jones, and David Johnson, who's likely to play. I like this game a lot this week. I just don't know who I'm going to go besides Fitzgerald and DJ on the Arizona side.
yeah, and we talked about this last week about Atlanta and Houston. How you need both guys, you need a guy from both teams, and this is exactly the game again. You need to have somebody from both sides if you make it a lineup, because there's going to be a lot of points on this board. Can Cardinals get over their red zone struggles this season? That's been their biggest issue because Larry Fitzgerald should be scoring more than he is for how much plays they get, and same thing with David Johnson. So I think the Atlanta going to win this game. I think they're more talented offensively, and that's what it come down to. This is basically a Big 12 game, like in college. Who got the better offense? And Matt Ryan, I trust Julio and all them guys more than I do the Arizona Cardinals, and that's because of the red zone struggles. Can Atlanta run the ball on the Cardinals?
I
Atlanta has been struggling all week, all year long with that. So
Yeah, I don't see Freeman being able to run the ball today. Arizona commits the most people to the line, more than anybody, like up in the line trying to stop the run. So they're definitely committed to that, and so yeah, I don't like Freeman. It's going to be a pass heavy game from both sides. Um, the one thing I'm worried about is Murray running in touchdowns, and that's going to cap DJ's upside. Um, yeah, we'll see. I definitely like Austin Hooper a lot because Arizona Cardinals have been
bingo.
struggling against tight ends. I have him as a floor play just because I feel like Julio is going to be the dude in the red zone Matt Ryan looks towards this week. Um, but if Hooper breaks off that big play, then it definitely could be Austin Hooper. And then, yeah, Mohamed Sanu has been looking great. He's definitely a floor play for me as well.
Yeah, I have Sanu over Calvin Ridley. I think he's been the better receiver.
Absolutely.
All season long. I'm honestly going Hooper as a lock though. I just think the Cardinals give up they're the worst team against the tight ends this year. I think they give up around 22 points from that position, and you got to think Atlanta only used really one tight end. So I expect Hooper to have at least 15 to 16, if anything, and don't let him score 2 touchdowns because that'll open the volume up. So it's going to be high scoring. It will reach that 50 point
Absolutely.
volume. So both defenses, like I said, are terrible. Now Atlanta has been somewhat pretty good against the run. So are you only saying DJ's only going to be good in the pass game, correct? Or you think he could be able to do something in the run game as well?
Yeah, well, I definitely feel like they're going to be able to use him in the passing game, but I mean, DJ's the type of player where like if he's healthy, he can get going like
Yeah.
break off a 20-yard play at any time. So I don't trust this defense at all. I mean, just look what Dalvin Cook did game one, and yeah, definitely in the passing game, pass catching running backs against Atlanta. I mean, you might as well.
Yeah. Before we move on, Falcons are 30th against the quarterbacks and 32nd against receivers this season. So Kyler Murray and Larry Fitzgerald, if you're looking for a stack, if Kyler Murray can score touchdowns, boom, you
I,
got it. You know,
yeah, I definitely like Larry Fitzgerald a lot this week.
yeah,
He's a lock for sure.
definitely.
Next game, the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Jets, over under 44.5, -7 to Dallas. Sam Darnold is back. That definitely thinks I have Jameson Crowder as a floor play. If he sees the end zone, he definitely could make you some money on DraftKings. But my favorite play from this whole game is Le'Veon Bell.
See, and I'm on the other side. I think that's the best play from this game is going to be Zeke because they got to find a way to get him the ball. They got to find a way to make him the focal point because that's what he's paid to do. He's paid to be the focal point and be the main guy because you don't pay running backs unless that's the case. Um, you love Bill, I love Zeke this week. I mean, obviously, both of them should have a lot of volume. But the reason I'm going Zeke is because in the last few games, they got behind so quick against Green Bay. Even against the Saints, they were trying to pass the ball. So I think Kellen Moore and Jason Garrett, they're probably going to talk. They'll talk to each other and get back to the basics about why Zeke was paid this money. That's why I would go Zeke. But definitely, I have Bell as a lock as well, just because. I mean, who else?
Yeah, of course. I mean, Zeke's definitely going to have a good fantasy day. Zeke. I just don't think he's going to have that monster game. Like, I still just don't expect it out of him this week. I feel like Prescott, um, the game plan against the Jets is to just pass heavy, just pass the ball, go crazy, and Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, like the Jets will not be able to guard them.
Now, do you think the Dallas, giving up to running backs is more skewed than anything? The defense has been okay, but Aaron Jones 4 touchdowns. Kamara was kind of stopped as far as touchdowns wise, but he still had a good game. Who was Cowboys played? You got Saquon and all them.
Yeah.
When they play good running backs, they kind of they kind of struggle. So, but do you think that's more skewed, but just because of talent, what Aaron Jones did last week, or do you think the Cowboys really can't stop dual threat running backs?
Well, it's partly what Aaron Jones did last week, and it's partly the talent they faced all year. But I feel I don't know. I just look like Le'Veon is going to do the same thing Kamara did, and just hopefully he gets the touchdowns. Who, like you said, who else is it going to? It has to be Le'Veon Bell this week.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess you can uptick Robbie Anderson and all them guys a little bit, but it's more. I think Darnold helps marginally, but definitely helps Crowder out a lot because week one he had like 14 catches, so he
14
definitely.
targets, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
he
crazy.
he 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 definitely probably going to do the same thing. So I'm kind of glad the Jets got Darnold back because I wanted his offense to show something, but obviously they had one of the worst stretches anyway as far as scheduling wise. So I don't know if Darnold or not how they would have looked anyway. But yeah, you can count on Bell. I think you can count on Zeke. Do you? What about these receivers on the Cowboys? Do Gallup and Cooper every time they're on the field together, they can't be stopped. What you got with that one?
Yeah. Cooper and Gallup are. I have Gallup as a floor play because he's definitely going to see though that like 6, 7 targets anytime he's on the field. And then yeah, Amari Cooper has been looking unstoppable. He has that floor. He has that ceiling. He is a lock. He might have possibly close to another 40-point game this week.
Yeah, and I'm kind of mad. Kellen Moore has kind of been conservative these last 2 games against good talent. So let's see. He gonna open it back up because Jets can't stop it. So we'll see.
All right, and then on to the snooze fest of the week. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Denver Broncos, over under 39, -2 to the Denver Broncos. You're playing the running backs in this game. You're playing Derrick Henry, Freeman, Lindsey. I like Sanders over Sutton this week, and then I'm not playing anything else. Maybe Delaney Walker.
Yeah, maybe the Broncos defense or something. I don't know.
Both defenses are fine.
Yeah, over under 39, so you don't expect a lot of points. Tennessee doesn't let you score over 20, so it's going to be a low scoring game. Yeah, the running backs are the play. I think. See, right now I had locks. I had Derrick Henry, and I put the Broncos running back. Um, somebody else who I think might have a good game, and that is Noah Fant from the Broncos, the rookie tight end out of Iowa. And the reason why Titans, if you look at all the information you got on tight ends, looking way back this season, they get like 10 points per game to different guys like that. So I'm I picked the Noah Fant in the league because of this matchup. And I think I know you like Sanders for obvious reasons, but you think Fant can have a good game because he has been getting targets. He get like 4 or 5 a game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I he can definitely have a good game if he catch, like you said, he does get the targets. If he catches 4 for 4 or 5 for 5, just have like 80 to like 60 to 80 yards for a touchdown. That can definitely make you weak at the tight end position where it's so shallow.
Yeah, and Tennessee's giving up 15 points a game right now. So, and you got to think they haven't really played an elite tight end. I'm trying to think of the schedule in my head. Um, Tennessee, who they played? Who did Tennessee Titans play? Not see now I have to look it up too.
Browns,
Brown, see Njoku. No, I'm not worried about Njoku. Like it was like that's not an elite tight end to me.
Colts,
Um, well they got two, so maybe
Jacksonville.
they played Austin Hooper. Uh, the Jags don't really have a tight end. And I think that's it. Yeah, and the Bills ain't got no tight end. So,
Well,
um,
Austin Knox destroyed them though.
he
So
did, and that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. It's not Kittle, it's not Kelsey, it's not Ertz. Is what I'm getting at. It's not Waller the baller. It's not none of these other guys. So it's like Noah Fant can have a easily decent game because they let everybody else have a decent game. So look for Noah Fant to do something. I'm definitely gonna put him in the lineup.
and then yeah, Sunday night football,
You
Pittsburgh
know,
Steelers with Delvin Hodges at the Chargers -7 over under 41. Uh, I
I don't know what to
it,
say.
Steelers are running the ball. I like James Conner as a floor play. I don't know how effective this offense is going to be at all. I have Juju as a floor play because like the same thing what we said with the Saints earlier, they have to rely on their star players in this game no matter what. And I like both running backs for the Chargers. I like Keenan Allen. Hunter Henry, if he plays, I like him. I don't know how I feel about Mike Williams. He can definitely break off a big Steelers suck at guard in the secondary, but their run defense is honestly really, really good. But I still like the Chargers are going to take over this game, but it can go to a scenario where the Steelers are able to run the ball, Chargers can't get going, and Chargers lose because that's just what they do.
Yeah, and it's do it. When you're watching Chargers, do it seem like always they're in third and longs, like third and forever, and Rivers got to make a play, and he only got one guy to go to.
And he throws
Yeah,
like this, so like
and that's the thing. Pittsburgh pass rush gonna get can cause problems, can wreak havocs, and that's the thing. Pittsburgh showed up against Ravens last week with Mason Rudolph, and then with Dalvin Hodges, who getting his first career start. I think the schedulers of the NFL need to like when they make games, then they'd be like, okay, what happens if this quarterback get hurt? How good is this game? They need to start adding this in the factor because I really don't want to watch Sunday Night Football because it's down is Hodges down there. But as you see, the over under is 41, which is only 2 more points than Tennessee and Denver. So they don't expect a lot of points. Chargers lost another key guy on their offensive line, and Pouncey, he's out for the whole season. So another injury for the Chargers. Hunter Henry trying to come back. Mike Williams has been a shadow himself all season. I mean, Keenan Allen and Eckler are the only guys I trust. Melvin Gordon's going to play, but I think he's still 2 or 3 weeks away from being Melvin Gordon. So it's it's so hard to judge both of these teams. Pittsburgh for quarterback reasons. Chargers have been so inconsistent all season. It just I don't know what to do exactly with the Chargers.
I feel like with the Chargers running backs, they're going to go back towards more what they were doing with Ingram at the beginning of the year, back when they back I mean the beginning of his career, like, back when they had like Danny Woodhead. They're going to use Eckler more as that pass catch and roll. And Eckler's going to get more play. I feel like it's going to still be like a split backfield,
I think
just
it's
like
gonna be 50-50.
more of the rushing carries are going to be towards Gordon, and then all the passing down plays are going to be towards Eckler.
Yeah, I definitely could see it being 50-50 for the whole season because if they're going to trust Eckler to be the guy next year because they're not going to pay running backs. So Melvin Gordon's going to be gone. So why not just play both of them? I mean, obviously you need weapons on the field. Play both of them at the same time if you want to.
Of course.
Pittsburgh, do you see anything out of Juju because he's getting a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? Just because he don't got Antonio Brown this year, blah blah. But he's not getting the targets like he once was, and he doesn't have Big Ben. Doesn't even have Mason Rudolph now. So if you have Juju, do you bench him?
I mean, Juju honestly might have gotten an upgrade by going to Delvin Hodges. Um, but I honestly don't know, man. It's just like you said, honestly, without AB, like there's all the pressure is on him, and he hasn't lived up to it. So I can't trust Juju.
I understand, man. I understand.
And then yeah, the Monday Night Football game, the Lions at the Packers. Devontae Adams is probably going to be out this game. Um, yeah, my locks are Kenny Galladay and on Johnson. I honestly don't know if I want to play anyone on this Green Bay offense, but I can definitely, since this is like a primetime slate, I definitely am going to make like a lineup where I stack this game, and like most of the lineups, I'm probably going to stack this game because I feel like this is one of them games where the Lions are great. Like they're coached great defensively, with Matt Patricia there. So I feel like they're going to focus in on stopping Aaron Jones, both in the passing game and trying to stop the run. And Aaron Rodgers might pass 50 times this game.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking I picked Green Bay to win this game, but I don't think they will
I don't
because
think they're not winning
with
this game to me.
without Devontae Adams, if you can focus on Aaron Jones the whole time, I'm not scared of Allison. I'm not scared of MVS. I'm not scared of Jimmy Graham. And to be honest, I'm not scared of Aaron Rodgers. Like, if you keep him rattling around, running around, he's not the old Aaron Rodgers of old time. So I everything points to the Lions getting this win. And come this time, we talk about this next week, we're gonna be saying the Lions, might be the best team in the NFC North, and they're just gonna go in Green Bay and win. Because I can't.
I,
Kerry Johnson going off.
yeah, on Johnson's definitely going off this week. I like him a lot. I've said it all year. If Aaron Rodgers is not passing 50 times, you are benching him. It doesn't like Aaron
Yeah, I'm
Rodgers
with you
is
now.
not the. I don't know. He's not that elite quarterback to me anymore.
Wait, he doesn't have the weapons either. Like, I mean,
Exactly true. Very
yes,
true.
they're winning. 'Cause it's kind of the same thing with even watching Brady this yesterday. It's like, yes, they're winning. The defense playing good. The running game is going. But I mean, can you? It's not even Rodgers. It's not even Brady. It's more of. Can you give me more?
Around the supporting
Right,
cast.
exactly. Jimmy Graham, he's not the same guy. Without Devontae Adams, no, there's nobody else that you can trust. You're forcing Rodgers to be what Mahomes is, and that's not what he is anymore. He's more of a, I know Aaron Rodgers said he's okay with how the game's going, but when it comes down to him and he need to make a play, what happened against Philadelphia and last week they lost because he couldn't do anything with MVS and Allison. So it could be the same thing because if you got Darius Slay at corner, that takes out one immediately. So now you only got one person. Like you got to rely on him. So that's more of the Packers GM fault than Aaron Rodgers. But he can't. He's not the guy anymore to make a receiver. So there's no more Jordan Nelson coming around. He's not coming. Jordan Nelson not coming up that locker room. So I should have picked Detroit in this game because now I don't see how they can stop Kenny Galladay or Marvin Jones. I know Jerry Alexander been
They
good,
can.
but I know Alexander been good, but you got to think he hasn't played no monsters like Baby Megatron and Marvin Jones, who are super athletic. So I like the Lions. I like Lions a lot, and I think the best quarterback on the field is going to be Stafford in this game. So it's going to be crazy to say that.
Stafford is probably going to be more efficient, but Rodgers is going to have the better fantasy day for me because he's passing 50 times.
That's true. Yeah, I can see that. Like, but Lions definitely defensively is scary to watch. And if Packers can't get Aaron Jones going, I don't know how they're gonna score points.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron Rodgers is going to have to try to turn back time. Have this. I don't know, man. The Detroit is winning this game. On Johnson and Kenny Galladay are going off. Possibly Marvin Jones. And I guess look out for Amendola because he had a big play in week one, but he's always hurt. So all right, so we moving on to the duds of the week.
Man, I've been thinking about those of the week the whole time, right? While we was doing this, I was like, where should I go? And it's probably I'm gonna stick right with the game we're talking about. I'm going Aaron Jones against the Lions. He had a great day last week, 4 touchdowns. Obviously, you're going to be chasing points if you think he's going to do it again. He's not. Trey Flowers. You got Mike Daniels in the rematch game, revenge game against the Packers, and Snacks Harrison. They're not letting Aaron Jones. They're not. He's
I
not.
don't
He's.
see it.
I do not see it. Fade Aaron Jones if you can. Try to trade him right now if you can for off that 4 touchdown game because his value will come right back down. I mean, he's been good all year too, but come back down to RB2. People saying he's RB1. I was like, y'all crazy. RB2 is his floor. I think he's going to be a dud. And if I had to lean to somebody else, we were talking about it earlier. I tried to allude to it earlier, and I was talking about if Ramsey plays and they want to shadow Thomas, I think Mike Tom will be a dud, but it's also because Kamara is going to be too good. Like that, if that makes sense. Like he's not going to have the volume because Kamara is going to be able to take away from it. And which I've been saying Kamara was going to be a dud last week, which he was. Now I'm sticking to the Saints. Michael Thomas going to be a dud, but Kamara is going to go off. So those are my duds of the week.
I can definitely see it, especially if Jalen Ramsey comes back. My duds of the week, I got Tyler Boyd. I definitely see where he can have like a floor play, but I just feel like the Ravens are going to be able to get through this offensive line, and I really don't think Tyler Boyd is going to have that ceiling play this week. And then my other one is that is the Tennessee Denver game. I don't like Cortland Sutton this week. I feel like we've said like all season long, Flacco can't support two wide receivers. It's definitely a Sanders game this week. You like Noah Fant. And they're going to hound the running game, whether it's 50-50 or not. The running game is going to get a lot of volume, man. I don't see Sutton in the game plan this week because teams have seen how good Cortland Sutton is, and they're definitely going to try to limit those big plays because that's how they're going to beat the Broncos.
Oh yeah, not Broncos, Titans.
Yeah, stopping Cortland Sutton. So
Oh,
you
okay, yeah,
yeah.
I got you.
All right, so yeah, lineup of the week, cash lineup of the week. Again, this is for the main slate, so there is no Christian McCaffrey this week, no Sunday night, no Monday night as usual. Quarterback, I went Russell Wilson this week. This game is going to be run heavy for them, and Russell Wilson is going to be part of the run game. I do have a stack with him later. And this man's been going off all year. You'll see later. And then yeah, Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is one of my he's definitely like one of my running backs of the week this week. Just because he's going to get all the volume, he's going to get the passing work, he's going to get the running back the running down work. We saw what Aaron Jones did last week, especially in the passing game as well. He had like 8 catches for like 80 yards. He was the leading receiver on the Packers, and I think Le'Veon Bell can do the same thing against the Cowboys. And then I have Derrick Henry. I've Derrick Henry is one of my running backs I really like this week. This Denver defense has not been good against the run, and they're going to get Derrick Henry going this week. And then I do have OBJ. Like I said earlier, I think he's going to be able to catch a touchdown this week. Uh, they are going to be behind this in this game. I wanted to stack that game. Russell Wilson as well. Just to get something on the other side of the ball. And then yeah, Larry Fitzgerald, especially with Christian Kirk as a game time decision. I love Larry Fitzgerald this week in that high scoring matchup against the Falcons. And then yeah, I went Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is going to catch one of those big plays. Miami can't guard anyone, especially, and they've been giving up big plays all season, left and right. And then the stack with Russell Wilson, I do got Will Disley. Um, and he's been a consistent all year. If he catches a touchdown, that would be great. But he's been seeing the targets all year since he's gotten healthy. And then yeah, I do have Kenyon Drake. The stack with the game with Terry McLaurin. Like I said, I think you like AP, but I think it's going to be a Kenyon Drake week, and he's super cheap on DraftKings because he really hasn't done anything all year, but he is now the starting running back there. And if he gets the volume, he can definitely make plays against this Washington defense. And then the defense, I went like I said earlier, I think it's going to be one of those weird games. I do have the 49ers defense. They were $2,700, and yeah, Nick Bosa is a beast, and he's going to be able to get Jared Goff. Jared Goff is going to throw 50 times. He's going to make mistakes in this game no matter what. So I like the 49ers as a cheap defensive play.
You said Nick Bosa is a beast. Is he the best Bosa brother in the
Yes.
league? Oh,
Yes.
ooh.
It's his first year, and he's already like as good as his brother.
I,
So
I don't know. Bosa rookie year was amazing too. He was hurt the whole season, came back and still had like 10 sacks.
yeah, okay, they're both really good. They're both.
Yeah, but the
But
Bosa man,
I like Nick better. He gets to the quarterback every single week, and it hasn't been stopped yet. So
that's fair enough. All right, man. It's time for Kev's tier lineup of the week. This actually is a funny week this week. Let me I can name you the tiers of how they broke it down. First one is going to be pocket passers. So your standard quarterbacks who don't move outside of Wentz in this one. Your second one's going to be mobile quarterback. Your third one's going to be your bell cow running back. Your committee running back is in tier 4. Tier 5 is your target leaders, your Julios, Thielens, and all that guys. Your deep threats is tier 6. Your possession receiver is tier 7. And then your receiving tight end is tier 8. So for my pocket passers, which happen to all be white, I'm going Matt Ryan.
and then the mobile quarterbacks
And then the mobile quarterbacks
who are mostly black.
well, mostly black outside of Mariota. I'm picking Lamar Jackson. So Matt Ryan against the Cardinals. Cardinals are the worst team against the pass against quarterbacks this season so far. And I'm going Lamar Jackson because the Bengals are the second one worst against quarterbacks. Bell cow. I'm going now. We talked about Alvin Kamara, but he got on the injury report, ankle, so I'm kind of suspect about that a little bit. But we talked about it. Austin loves Bill. I love Zeke. So I love Zeke this week. I think Zeke's going to have a great game. He's been solid and I mean obviously pretty good in fantasy all year, but he hasn't had that Christian McCaffrey game, that Kamara game. He hasn't had that breakout. Oh, I'm the best running back in the league game, and I think it's coming up real soon. And I think this is the matchup. Tier 4 committee backs. What the 49ers did last week, it was so hard to go against them. But going Carlos Hyde, the Kansas City Chiefs are not good at football against the run, and they can't run the ball either. So I'm going Carlos Hyde. I just hope Duke Johnson does not snipe me. Target leaders, Cooper Kupp, Michael Thomas, Cooper, Julio, Tyler Lockett, Thielen, D-Hop. I mean, this probably going to be who wins all the money because who are you going to pick the right person for this one? And I went back and forth. I think Michael Thomas is going to have a slow game. You like 49ers defense. I don't want to go Zeke and Cooper. Arizona has been pretty good against receivers, even though Julio Jones is a monster. Tyler Lockett could be a good play, and so can Thielen. But we talked about it. D-Hop is the play. This is his game. After what Phil did last week, you got to go D-Hop. Tier 6, man. There's only 4 guys you can go. Chark, Gallup, Fuller, McLaurin. I'm not going Diggs. I'm not going Ridley. I'm not going Robinson. I really wanted to go Chark and Gallup, but you did talk about Marshawn Lattimore, and I do think he's going to be on him. So I like Scary Terry, F1, whatever you want to call him, Terry McLaurin. I think he's going to have a good game. I just hope that the Redskins don't go, like the Vikings been this year or the 49ers and all run heavy, because that will take the volume away from McLaurin. Tier 7 possession receivers. Not go which time Larry Fitzgerald against the Falcons. Enough said. Tier 8. And I'm going to pick on the Cardinals all day long if I can. I'm going Austin Hooper. Arizona Cardinals is the worst team against tight ends. I'm gonna stack Matt Ryan with Hooper in this one. So that'll double me up right there. So Matt Ryan, Lamar, Zeke, Carlos Hyde, D-Hop, McLaurin, Larry Fitzgerald, and Hooper. So that's my lineups of the week.
all right, and yeah, that'll wrap it up for week 6. Let's win some money, man. We got NBA in 11 days, and we gotta be able to play that double up every day for the NBA. Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun too. Like,
I
you know,
don't even know if I'm playing tournaments. I'm just probably going to play a double up every day.
yeah. And hey, I played double up in the 49ers Rams game. I would double my money in that one, double my money in the Patriots Giants game. Honestly, double ups are probably the easiest. If you know the game flow, you know what's going to happen. If you have a
Oh yeah.
good hunch about it, you need to play double up because forget trying to be the top 10% of however many it is to win the league. Let's be half of it. If you can be half of it, you can win more money than you possibly can.
You're not trying to score the most points. You're just trying to beat everyone else.
Yeah. So hey, I want to do something bold. I want to just take $25, double up that, and get me 50. But sometimes I'd be like, do I want to do it? I know you do it every single week, but sometimes I'd be like, do I really want to do it or not? Am I that confident in this one? That's where you got. That's where you're laying at.
Yeah, it's also you. I don't know. You got to think how everyone else is thinking. If like so, last week everyone played Christian McCaffrey. If you think Christian McCaffrey is the play and everyone else is playing him, are you going to let Christian McCaffrey beat you because everyone else has him? You have to play Christian McCaffrey at that point.
Fair.
So it's definitely looking at like where you think other people are going to go. Try to differentiate yourself just a little bit here and there. But if a play is a lock for everyone else and like it's you don't think it's going to go down, like you don't think it can go bad, you got to play that player.
Yeah, definitely. So y'all remember DraftKings will be an income, what I'm saying? We are the profits of it, what I'm saying? We know what's gonna happen. We
It's
we getting this money. All right,
we
man.
we just got to put it all together.
Yeah, gotta put it all together. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're back week 7 next week. We'll be back for it, man.
Yeah, we don't know what time yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll let you know.
Hey man, if planes don't stop delaying me, man, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
All right, hunt for the
All right.
prize. All right, man.
We
Peace out.
out.